Okay, welcome back everyone. More Metroid Prime here, part 9. So this is definitely a difficult part as I hinted at last time just for some of the sequence breaking moves I'm about to pull off. The reason I'm going to pull them off though is the artifact one's pretty self-explanatory, I just don't want to be back here. And the pirate one, I don't want to mix my way to grab the artifact. So here's how this is going to work. Now, to understand this part, you must understand a little about the game's kind of like mechanics and how it was designed. So to trigger enemies to appear, there's a trigger point, okay, about right here. So what you do is you walk through the door just a little. You're going to jump up here and jump up here, okay, so you want to land on this ledge here. Now we're going to jump over this trigger point laying right here. And therefore the pirates will not appear in this room. Now this trick will take a little time to master, but it's definitely worth doing. Just know that the trigger point is still there, so don't walk over there to trigger the pirates if you don't want to see them. Okay, over here we have our tower that has the artifact and a little fence. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over that fence and blast that tower with a missile. Now what you're supposed to do is go back there, melt a window with a plasma beam, and shoot the tower with a missile there. But instead we're just going to jump over this fence and shoot it right now. There we go. So, tower falls, and we're going to get ourselves access to the artifact here. And you can't really ask for a more perfect part than that, because just pulled off those two little tricks. They're definitely helpful because you don't want to have to deal with all those pirates, because they're just so many of them, you know. Grab ourselves the artifact. Chozo artifact acquired. This is the artifact of Elder, the third of 12. 3 of 12. Sounds like a board name there. Yeah, so let's just get ourselves out of here. But what you want to know is that you don't want to just roll out of here with top speed. You're going to want to fall backwards as soon as you start falling, or else you'll hit the pirate trigger point, so just be careful. Yep, and so we avoided it. Now we don't have to deal with the pirates, and the door is locking. If you want to know where I found that trick, it was through a speedrunner, through the speedrunner Miles. You know, everybody knows him for the guy who speedruns Metroid Prime, and so it's just such a useful trick, just to be able to skip those pirates, because otherwise you're going to be fighting them for like an extra few minutes, and really just takes away from the run. But here we have our first Metroid. Yep, our first Metroid. Come on, come on. Yeah, you can get him out a little faster. He'll break out of his cage, but you can get him out a bit faster if you go ahead and just grab him there by shooting a missile into the container. That'll break him free. We're also going to pull off a little sequence break coming up here to get ourselves the next missile. Definitely a useful move in my opinion. There we go. So yeah, you're going to want to be able to do this because then you don't have to deal with the annoying rolling platform. Because, I mean, we did that earlier at Magmore, but if you want to skip this part, I'll show you how to do that in a second. So, take down those guys. Goodbye. Yeah, but sometimes I just leave them hanging around so we can just, you know, like, listen to the music here, because the pirate music is just, it's pretty epic. So you may notice this energy tank over here, and you may be like, huh, well, I want to get that. So just shoot a missile into the tank, and bam, you got an energy tank. Okay, so to pull off the sequence break, what you'd normally do, let me just show you. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump up here, and over here, and up here. Now, I've never seen anyone else be able to do that, but that's how it works. So I'm going to give this one shot the normal way of just rolling it through here in morphball mode, and I'm going to see if it works, which it didn't because that part's really hard. So what you should do instead is you're going to do a little jump and land on the platform just out over there. But it's got to be a really good jump, so just so you can land right on the morphball track. Just walk as close as you want to the missile, then morph and grab it. Now that trick may take a little practice, but you can also do it the old-fashioned way and just roll with it, you know. See that terrible morph ball pun? See it roll? Yeah, okay. I should just get away from the puns. Watching too much Rocky and Bullwinkle. Nope, not a missile door. Okay, so now we have the our little area where we're about to finally get ourselves the thermal visor, which is it's quite a useful upgrade. But you may also notice these guys. We should have seen them earlier, but we chose to skip past them, so didn't see them. Just a few wave beam shots and missiles. One super missile will also take them down a little bit faster, but not really a point in doing that. But the thermal visor is it's not really that useful overall. I mean, it's useful in dark areas and it's useful in the final boss fight when it comes to dealing with Metroid Prime, but otherwise it's not really that useful. So you need to scan 3 different trigger points though, like these little scan spots, to be able to unlock it out of that container at the bottom. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, the door over here is an ice beam door, so we cannot go through that yet because we do not have the ice beam. And there we have it, the thermal visor. Allows us to see heat like a predator. Woohoo! But once again, once you get an upgrade, you get to use it immediately. So that's definitely something I like here because there's been a few times when I've played a few games like this happened in God of War 3 once when I was just playing through the game and I forgot completely how to use one of the sets of upgrades. Just completely blanked on it, and then I had no clue. There was no like little help manual or anything, so that was kind of irritating. But the Metroids here are not that much of a problem. Just if you want to just run past them, if they catch you, just lay a bomb. That's about it. There should be about 3 after you by the time you finish here, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. What you need to do though is shoot this little this thing, you know, this little circle thing, and this will unlock the door. So then we can get out of here. We're going to be dealing with a new enemy here, a rather easy to defeat one, but can do quite a bit of damage. I don't think there are many other weapons that help hurt it besides the wave beam, so just lock on in and shoot it with the wave beam. It usually drops a ton of energy too, which is pretty useful. But yeah, now we just need to get out of this place, because, I mean, who wants to be here, right? All these pirates. Yeah. Though, for space pirates, I haven't really seen them steal very much of anything, so does that mean they're not really space pirates, but rather, like, just space evil guys? And pirates are just oftenly known as being evil, so we're just going to call them space pirates? Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but something, I said. So just jump on out of here and we can get back on the road. And yeah, the road to getting out of here, because you don't really want to be here that long. Because if you are, the pirates will melee you and just punch you, and basically the same thing. But yeah, just a lot of pain. But most times, if you don't do the little sequence break earlier, not the pirate skip, but the one where you can get the artifact early, then you're going to have to come back here with your good old-fashioned plasma beam through that ice beam door, as we saw earlier. So in your first playthrough, you may want to go and do that. I'll show you where it's at and point it out later for those of you who don't know how to pull off that sequence break or are using probably the GameCube version, because it's a little harder there. So this time though, we're going to skip over the save station and just head on back down. I missed the jump. I was trying to pull off that little trick where you like fall and then jump and then, yeah. You know, the one where you like jump and then you double jump when you're close to hitting the area. Yeah, I was trying to pull that off and missed it. But luckily I got my sequence breaks here without any extra trials needed, because that would have been kind of embarrassing. I had to like fight the pirates anyway. Because just don't want to fight as many pirates as need to. Whatever I'm saying, yeah. So kill these guys, just a little electrical overcharge will take them down, so yeah, wave beam. But we're going to have another little upgrade coming up over here. Just know that after we take down this turret, you want to make sure to get this missile expansion, or else you will have to come back here like I did on my first playthrough when I messed this up to get 100%. But super missile this container now that you have a super missile, and grab yourself a missile expansion. And from here, we can just run on out of here. Yeah. So just figure out where the door is at and get moving. That's pretty much the only trick there is. Because you don't need to fight all the pirates. The doors don't lock like they do originally, so just keep moving. But you will get some melee in the back there, but you can afford the damage. Unless you're playing in hyper mode, then maybe you can't. Okay, only one room left. This one's a little difficult, especially if you get like punched multiple times. So yeah, we're getting damaged a lot here, but it really does not matter. If you want to go ahead and fight the pirates and move more comfortably, you can do that. But why? Just walk out of here. And yeah, so now we can turn back on our normal visor. For those of you who don't know, the reason we were using the thermal visor there is because we just had to. So yeah, so jump on over here, and we are at our save station and the end of this part. So I will see you guys next time with part 10. Yeah, and maybe talk a little more about the lore, some of what's going on here, and some of the game mechanics, and how to beat our next real boss, next to Flockrod, actual boss. So beat Thunderous next time. So I'll see you guys then. So goodbye.